Okay. Back to the old format. That didn't last very bloody long. I was all pumped. I got everything ready for something went wrong there, so I'm gonna have to take a week to research. Anyway, masculine and feminine report. This is what I'm in for. So we're gonna get started. Just gonna drive into it here. So I got some color cards they wanted me to use right out of the chute here. So I'll just get into it. First card for the feminine we have is violet. Create a balanced life. So this is the overall energy. Create a balanced life. So what do you know? We're going into the energy of the energy report that I just gave, and they're talking about balance within the whole sphere of everything that is. They want me to look at the number here. Hold on. 9. I need to get my goggles. Yeah, coming to a completion of a cycle, right? An unbalanced cycle is coming to an end. It's enough of that. So this is where we're sitting here. And violet is of, like, if we're talking about chakras here, we're talking about energy that's coming from universal. Yeah, and the feminines might as well may as well be in the same energy of bringing their life into balance. This could be life work balance, this could be family life work balance, this could be emotional balancing, spiritual balance. All of these things are taken into account here. The feminine may be in a stage where they're trying to get themselves in balance, and they're saying to me they're having a pretty good time doing it, meaning we're getting pretty far in this energy, it's going well. So that's your overall energy, creating a balance in life. Okay, now we get into the feminine energies to headline here. The first card we get is irresistibility. Hopefully this is a little too far down now. But we'll see if that's any better. Okay, yeah, see, I'm glitching here still. I'm dropping frames. Okay, great. Trying to get this all figured out, and I know nothing, so I'm learning. Anyway, so irresistibility. Yeah, I feel like this is outside of us. We're not doing anything to help this. We are just really coming into our own life balance, which may be irresistible to others, is the sense they're giving me. So, as we become more balanced in our own life, we are becoming more irresistible to those outside of us, is the sense that I'm getting. So, we'll carry on here, see if I can include them. Beauty, yeah, what do you know, right? With inner beauty comes outer beauty. It shines, so it cannot be avoided, this kind of thing. So there's a sense of becoming more beautiful because we are in balance. Well, if anybody's in an angry phase, right? When you're angry, you're not very pretty. So this is what they're showing me is someone getting angry. It's not too pretty, is it? And they're going, yes. This is how we get ourselves in balance and harmony with our world. And then suddenly, the attractive factor comes up. So they're making aware of that. Again, not really consciously being tapped into by the feminine. They're unconsciously following the need to balance their life out, and this is unconsciously creating this magnet of pull for the masculines, probably, or feminines, whatever your cycle there, right? And then we have contentment. Yeah, contentment. So learning about all, sorry, I know you can hear that highly, but I heat up during my readings and I cannot without the window open. So here we go. Yeah, it's all coming into a good place here because we have some irresistible ability starting because of where we are balancing our energies out, and because of this, it is beautifying the whole the whole process. And then because of this, because of the balance. Really, is what I feel is we're getting into contentment because we feel that peace of mind. So suddenly we're in balance with and harmony with our world. So this is creating a great contentment beauty. A little bit of a low key, not low key as in not sufficient, but low key as in um, calm, this kind of vibe. It is creating a good atmosphere here. So we're going to carry on. Okay, on top of that irresistibility, we get the Princess of Cups again. She's making her rounds with her compassion. Okay, so she is about learning how to gain compassion, give compassion outward, to share it, to notice it, understand it, and to give it outward. So this is all part of that irresistibility, right? We're coming into balance, into harmony with ourselves. And because of this harmony, we are able to go outward in peace to others. If we're in disharmony, we cannot do this so easily. So this is what they're saying. The natural process here is the compassion coming forward because of the balance we've attained internally. Okay, still following. Now the beauty, what do we get there? We get the Princess of Swords. Now this is interesting. These are two princesses. So they're in the beginning phases. So again, we're advancing, right? This is all about advancing forward energetically. Princess of Swords, she's more action oriented. She wants to get to the bottom of things, understand things from the perspective of the mind. This one's coming from the heart. This one's coming from the mind. And isn't it interesting that irresistibility sits with the compassion and the beauty sits with the swords, which is our truth. We have come to the core of who we are in our truth. And because of this, we can go forward more precisely. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say there. I was going to, we're all good. Okay. So Princess of Cups, learning her way in compassion. Princess of Swords, finding her way in truth. And because of this, we amplify the beauty that we carry right outward to others. Others are noticing us more because of our quest for truth, because we are grasping these things. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. Anyway, contentment. What do we get on top of there? The Empress. Wow. Look at this. And look at, they're all green. No coincidence, they said. Green is the heart. Green is the center where we are being elevated at this time in our heart center. Now, yeah, give me a minute. Yeah, these feminines are highly being evolved in their heart center. The balance between love and hate here. Are we going to waste our time and energy into the world of hate when we could just jump over to the love side and focus on that, and just the other side will just wash away? This is kind of the sense they're giving me. We're spending less time with those things that are not balanced for us, and because of this, it is creating that inner beauty that is starting to attract different things from outside. Again, this may not be a partner, but it could be jobs, things, other people, saying partners, but other people in a business sense, in a friend sense, whatever, that could come and help us. The Empress is about, and look at the cup. We start with a cup and we end with the cup. The Empress here, she too is also passing on her compassion forward. So the Princess of Cups has learned her lesson through her truth, speaking her truth, and being beautified by it, which she's unaware of, and then also going outward and sharing her truth, her love, and her truth, which is, to get, it's all good. Wow. Good stuff. So on top of the Princess of Cups, which sits on the irresistibility, I feel like the outside world for the feminine is finding, these feminines are finding they're irresistible to others. Again, not something they're trying to pump up themselves. They're just getting it inadvertently because they are coming from compassion. And this is reverbing outward. On top of that, we got heed the messengers. Move this up a bit. This is about listening to the instinct. Got a little bird on our shoulder here, trying to infuse the right way. And it is of love. It is of compassion. And we're may not be seeing the signs of the irresistibility as of yet, but it is to come quickly, they said. So The sense is we're listening to that little bird on our shoulder that's speaking in compassion, and we're doing in this way, and that is helping us become irresistible in a certain way. Now, the Princess of Swords, what do we get there? Change is unavoidable. Yeah, this is all about the crux point. Princess of Swords is about learning the truths, right? And again, going quite succinctly with my energy reading, there's truths coming to bear here. The snake. Okay, is that on? Yeah. The snake is shedding its skin. So that is about change. The night turns to day. That is about change. The man is thinking. That is about evolution. That is about possible change. There's so many back and forth here. Sun, moon, night, day, skull, egg, the end of life, the beginning of life. So yeah, we're starting to see the world from a different perspective, is the sense I get. All encompassing is what they said. We're trying to gain insight, all encompassing, not just of a selfish nature, not just of a family nature, but in a world capacity, a universal capacity that may be feeling compassion in this way, may be used as an instrument here that the universe is given these feminines a way to release. So some of these feminines may be overly emotional at this time in the heart center, to release some of the pressure universally. The higher frequency people will attune to this, will know where this comes from, know where this sits. This is the reasoning, is what they're giving me. Yeah. We have listened, we have healed ourselves, and therefore, once we heal ourselves, we help to heal the rest of the world. And this is why. Okay. For those that are in, there's some here that don't understand why we're feeling so much pain. It is a collective consciousness that we are feeling. We have evolved to a point where we have healed the self. So now we go to help heal others. Well, okay, I'm learning every day. I learn. So this is change is unavoidable. And it also speaks to our world of pain as well, because as we are soaking like the mother earth, right? You think of it as an earth mother. All these feminines kind of take on that energy, and it's intermingled between each one. How much more efficient can we be if we spread it around instead of having one central, right? This is what they're showing me. Okay. Wow. Okay. On top of the contentment, again, that's the beauty of the way the universe works, right? Change is unavoidable, but when we are in our truth, we heal, and not only that, we change and we mutate into a better form. The Empress, she is about abundance. She is about giving. She's, again, we've healed ourselves, so now we go outwards to help heal others. And this comes from the core of our heart, comes from our compassion. And this creates also the contentment that we have here underneath that's pushing that energy. The beauty is, right, we are in our truth, and we are changing. This truth is changing us in a real deep way. And then the irresistibility brings about compassion, but also listening to the instinct drives us in the right lane. Okay, so on top of the Empress, what do we get there? Yeah, follow the moon, and that is the emotional center. Wow. Okay, hold on. I'm being blown away. Oh man. Follow the emotions. That's the yellow brick road, right? Follow your emotions. Keep going in that way. This will be interesting what the masculines are picking up on, because there's a resistance there, I feel already, is the contrast to the feminine. The feminines are in their emotional center quite highly. It's across the board. We're there. And because of this, it is becoming on the opposite end, more attractive and more, oh, okay, I get it. Because they're showing me that the positive and negative have to, as the positive develops. Hey, Tina, thanks for coming in. As the positive develops, right, in our sphere here, we are gaining abilities, and these abilities are making us more attractive, and sucking in those of the negative that want to be in the that want to, it's starting to turn the heads, oh, there, and illuminate things for I'm not necessarily being masculine, but anybody in a positive and negative energy. Wow. Follow the moon. So that is your emotional center. That is also the darkness, can symbolize darkness, things that are unseen, unheard, not figured out, right? So if we go in a way of following the moon into, instead of being fearful of those things we do not know about, go and find out about those things, and then you know for sure. And this is what I feel in the heart-centered way the feminines are mastering. I feel like they're going into their insides, into their heart, and they're just messing things up in their meaning. They're rooting through stuff. They're cleaning out their drawers. That's a bad analogy, but they're cleaning out their cupboards in the emotional way, and they're going to reorganize everything. And now their cupboards are done. Now they can worry about the next person. How did you do that? Where did you go? And what did you see? This is what's going through. So there. Okay. I'm going to try to leave these. I'm just keep moving them forward here. Hold on here. My little menagerie again didn't last very long before it got cut out. Somehow here I couldn't stream with that other with the other graphics. Okay. Yeah, green. Okay, now I have my cards. So heed the messenger. Princess of Cups. So our compassion is creating irresistibility. It's also creating a direct connection to source so we can hear quite clearly what's going on. What's to expand there? Look at this divine union. Would you just take a look at that? I knew it was coming. They kept telling me. So again, getting to the core of who we are. They say, oh yeah, like get to know yourself, and then you get to know blah blah blah. So here it is coming in the 3D, really is the sense. These feminines are coming to their compassion. It's attracting things outside of them. They're listening to their higher self. They're listening to their instinct. They're listening to their guides. And because of this is going to create a divine union that is coming to by February. There'll be some scragglers, don't worry. But I will not go another fall, is what they just said. We will not go another fall. You either get it or you get off the companion train, right? We either got it figured out or we don't. Okay, so the beauty, again, the Princess of Swords, she's coming to the truth of the matter. And here it seems like it's the truth of heart. Where does our heart sit? We know where our truth is. There is change here. So it's kind of, and it is down the center of the reading. So it's like we have change coming no matter what plan we have. The universe has their plan. Now, look at this. Divine Feminine. I would just shit a brick if this was the Divine Feminine or masculine over here, but I'm not gonna. Sorry. I'm in a weird mood. I gotta take a breath. Yeah, the Divine Feminine, she's on it. Right down the line, we're getting centered to where we need to be, is the sense. She is the inverted triangle and the masculine, the upright triangle, and the change is going to happen to her. This is her reading, and this is where it's at, and it's right in the center. So there is a lot that is faded coming up here within. Now, I'm reading this on the 15th. We had 11/11, a portal. Just blew a whole bunch of stuff out of the water here. So we're on our way to being clear. For those that may have had some karma to, to reap, or soul, like if they had karma that they had to pay back, this is going to start to deplete now, meaning if you're having bad shit happen in the last 2-3 weeks, it's going to start to slow down and to a trickle, because we're going to be paying this off and moving on, because the divine union's coming here, and we have to get all our partners with their happies, and that is consisting of getting our karmic work done and over with. So the feminine, being in there, the change here. So there may be some feminines in a positive energy that are reaping rewards. There may be change there as well, a flux, they said. And for those that are receiving karma, there will be a change coming, as well as things will be on the uptick. Okay, so now the last row here, when we're talking about the contentment that one feels because the Empress is finding her her ability to be nurturing and also to share it outward, following our emotions in order to do so. What do we get? The pentagram, talking about earthly magic, has to do with fives. Fives, again, tipping points. It's got to flip from here. When you get to the 5, it's like something gets taken away in order to put you in a good place. The microcosm, this is about earthly magic. This is about what we can do to get ourselves forward, how we move forward on the 3D earth. So we may be, as the feminine, working our way through the physical world at this time. Close connection with our instinct, trying to get ourselves forward, and doing all that we can in our power to do that, to move forward. Man, it's heavy. Take a breath. Divine union is imminent. They're like imminent, like you see on the movies. It's imminent. It's imminent. Destruction's imminent. It's like union is imminent. The divine feminine is in her power. So when she's in her power, that other magnet's just going to start going toward her. It is in our power. And I feel like, next month it could be into the earthly, the above earthly realms here. This is about earthly, what we can do on the 3D earth. I feel like next week it's going to be what the universe has to say about things, but we'll stay here and now. I'm already getting into heaviness because I feel like the feminine has a way of looking at things that, even though it may be congruent with the universal energies because they're whispering in her ear, so she's well informed, I feel like she's still got a plan that's a little off track, a little off. So she might have to get corrected. And that's what I'm seeing here as the change. We may have a little bit of a track we're going on, but maybe course corrected here by the universe in the immediate future. Okay, I'm not going to get too far. Okay, so those are your cards. And again, violent, creating that balance. And it's making a whole organization of everything. So we have a fortune card and a planetary card. I'm going to do the planetary card first. We have the moon in Sagittarius 21, talking about discoveries, freedom and adventure. Yes. Why? Because this one here, she's found her truth. That's why she's in freedom mode. Yeah. See, why am I'm glitching out here. Anyway. Princess of Swords, she's found her truth. That's what is creating the change and becoming more of the divine feminine. The moon in Sagittarius, moon again, emotions, freedom and adventure. This may be what she's feeling heightened over this time as she discovers her heart. She may feel the freedom and a sense of adventure, wanting to discover new things. This is what I'm getting here. Holy, my thing is just glitching out. I had to do some research. Anyway, give me a moment here. Yeah, like a spaceship going into outer space, right? Uncharted territory is what they said. We are going into severe uncharted territory, but we're not scared. We're free to go, and we're out for the adventure. Just like a Sagittarius likes to go and explore, and they have a high, how do you say, like a high sense of adventure. This is what I'm getting in the area of the heart for the feminines. They're ready to explore. In fact, they've conquered already 75% of what needs to be conquered, and they're just waiting for the new things to come in. Okay, so this is good. 21, 2 and 1 is 3. Highly guided. Again, now your fortune card. I was going to add another one. They said, no, keep it simple. So, cracker, positive energy surrounds you, love, joy, and good fortune await. So again, right? Look at all the red, action oriented. I feel like the feminines are action oriented. I feel like they are in the midst of balance and change in their life, but it is creating great positive movement forward. love, joy, everything is going to accumulate over this time. Man, this can bring you into Christmas as well. I feel like Christmas is really naturally it's a tipping point for positive, heart-centered stuff. I was picking up on that last year, and I feel it again this year, but to a degree that we're going to see some pops, meaning huge changes that are going to accompany that feeling. We may have that feeling, but our outside world is blah. I think we're going to have that feeling, but our outside world is going to start to pop in areas where we felt stagnant, where we felt there was no balance, da da da. We're going to discover new things over this season. So, wow, feminines, heavy duty. Okay, that's your reading. Now, as we get into the masculines, I'm so curious to see what the heck gonna happen. Okay, masculine, first card, overall energy. Look at this. Tangerine, be spontaneous and have fun. So pick me up, right? That's what they said. Pick me up. They need to, either they need a pick me up or they're investing in a pick me up or yeah. Yeah, the need for this for the most part. Or some are going to be dipping into it absolutely. Give me a minute here. I'm trying to find my center. So yeah, tangerine orange about liveliness, right? Spontaneous, have fun. So again, we may be either tapping into this as a masculine or we're in need of this in our life to lighten things up a bit. 7 and 1 and 8. 8 is infinity, don't you know? 8 is also a card of abundance. The incoming, outgoing, it goes always. It's infinitely great, really. 8 is a good number. So there's your overall energy. Okay, first card on the masculine side, we have skill. How are we doing here for good? Okay, skill. I gotta look. Sorry, I lined it up so nice. Ooh, okay. We're getting serious. That's why they want you to lighten up a bit because we're getting super serious about our life, what we want, what we want to attain, da da da. We're getting a little bit heavy in energy, is what they're saying. We got some heavy energy here that we just want to lighten it up a bit because we can get off track, off kilter so quickly. The skill here, I feel, is like his eyes, right? Look at his eyes, like he's focused on what he wants to attain. This is what the masculines are doing at this time. Next card is the flow. Yeah, and that speaks to energy, right? If you're in the flow, are you in the flow or out of the flow? Because this is the thing. All the men, they're showing me the river, and the guy's running to the river to try and get in the flow. So there's a sense spiritually, we are all being guided in the same way by the same, same spirit or whatever you want to call it. Same energy is guiding us to the same river, to the same flow. And I feel like what they're wanting to say is find your center, find your core, whatever it may be, whatever makes you happy. For some, it may be a partner. For some, it may be a job. For some, it may be, family sticking, with these things. This is what. So the flow is kind of in question, even though it's in the center. It's something that they are working to make sure that they are in the right way. And they said we will be highlighting this quite highly over the next while. Next card is play. Okay, so highly in conjunct with the spontaneous have fun thing. Okay. They may have, okay, here we go. I gotta look at this guy. He can be devious, this one. But I feel like the secrets here from the masculine are quite innocent, is what they said. We're really just trying to get to our happy place. We're trying to find the flow and we're having a hard time doing it. It's like we go over here, it's a little prickly. We go over there, it's too soft. We got to find something that's right in where we need it to be. I feel like this is kind of the play the universe is really engaging them with at this time, to lighten them up a bit, again, to be spontaneous with everything. Okay, let's go forward. On the skill, the chakra card is the Hermit. So we're illuminating the yellow here, which is the solar plexus, talking about self-worth and whatnot. We may be going inside either to gain self-worth, think about self-worth, to understand what our self is worth, period. To see, and for some it may be for the first time, but no less in isolation to figure this out. And the universe is in we may have cornered some people and got them right out of the loop of any friends, family, any other influences, in order to get them to clearly look at this from their perspective intuitively. Because when we get too many people on the outside making inroads, we can't see clearly. And this is what I feel they're guiding the masculines most highly in, is the individual instinct for our self-worth. Okay. Now, on top of the flow, again, they're trying to find the flow. It's like they're kind of going in the soupy stuff, and then they're on the rocks. They're like, no, I want the sandy beach. Where's the sandy beach? Well, we have the Ace of Coins. Sandy beach so far for these masculines is how they earn their money. This is the flow that they're in. They want to earn their money to prepare themselves for a point where they are more able to look after what it is that they want. Whether, if it's a family, they're going to build up the finances in order to attain the family, to make it successful. Okay, so the Ace of Coins is about an opportunity here. Now, again, they're warning me, if we are in the right flow, we will get the opportunities. They will come, abundantly. Loki, on top of the play card, we get 7 of Cups. Usually 7 of Cups is about a lot of options that we have to bear. All these cups are the same. So it's not like we have a lot of, here it's more of a serene nature, like, what did I get there? Like a mysticism, rather than in their physical world. I feel like it's in their spiritual world that they have a lot of options here, because they are by themselves. They're in their head. They are in an action-oriented way, right? Because this is your base chakra here, your red, how you earn your money, where you take action, that's being taken care of by the universe, by opportunities. Again, if you're in the right way. If you're not, you're going to see blockages in this area, and then you're going to be more isolated. They're going to corner you more into isolation, so you figure out what it is that you need, where you need to go. Okay, so the 7 of Cups here, I feel, is more of a mysticism, right? And we're also on the play energy, and this is that connection to the energies that they want you to get in order to stay light with things. We may have some men here panicking. They use the word panic. Can't get things in the right place for the right, things aren't lining up properly. Again, another sign we're not going in the right way. Again, our heart center, they're going, and there's too much resistance to even talk of the heart center, so you have to leave that. There's too much resistance to jump in the heart and go from there, so I'll leave it out. Okay, on top of this skill, the Hermit, again, the universal energies are trying to make inroads so that we get by ourselves to understand what it is that we truly want. Not everybody outside of us, but us. That would make us happy. On top of that, we get observe in silence. We're still looking at all the cards here. So needing to look at our world from a different perspective, not an interactive one, but a silent witness to one. And as we do this, we're going to see more things, because the masculines in themselves, they're action oriented. They act, and while they're doing and acting and being, they're missing a lot. When we sit back and we watch the show, we absorb a lot more. This is how they're showing it to me. So again, this is what the universe is going to try and help you do so you can see your world around you clearly, so we're not being tripped up by other things that are throwing us off. Okay. The flow again. Ace of Coins, business opportunities, opportunities that bring inflow of money, influx of those things that we want, home, cars, the basic things that we feel we need to move forward. On top of that, we get number 50, you were born to create, and that is another beginnings card, but it's about abundance. The beginnings of creating abundance in the way the universe sees it. We may have gone after abundance in a way here. We're blind to what truly matters. So now they're flipping gears, trying to get you to see more clearly the abundance is not necessarily in what we earn and what we make and what we da da da. Right? Preach it, brother. It's like preach it. um Yeah. So it's that thing, we can have the things, but we can't have the love. We can have the love, but we don't need to overflow with things, because some people, they rest their worth on the things that they have, and they're going, we can't take that with us. We cannot take it with us. So that, does it truly matter? From a higher perspective, no, because up there's a lot that they don't have in possession wise, but they don't miss it, because it is much more worthwhile to have love and caring and compassionate souls, rather than a car, a house, a mansion, da da da. Okay, so for some of the masculines, this is a lesson, a life lesson here. Play. Okay, the Seven of Cups is about mysticism. I feel like the universe is going to play with them a little bit to lighten them up. What do we get here? Do not fear the unknown. Yeah. So again, our spiritualism doesn't necessarily mean religion, but it can be to some people. And this is where they're going to rise the influence here in order to get us to, yeah, to interact. Because they're going, the universe really wants these masculines to interact. We may be demanding things that we don't need. The universe is going to rule that out. You don't need it. It's not for your highest good. Let's start demanding things that is for our highest good and evolves us spiritually. Let's talk about that. This is what I get. And the unknown, I feel for some, they may be tapping into energies here and just unsure of what it is that they're coming across. Again, we got to be careful for those that are stepping in to traps here. Spiritually, is a deep hole I don't want to go into, but bottom line is the universe is trying to lighten these males up. And don't be in fear of anything that you get supernaturally, anything that you get clairvoyantly, everything that you get spiritually, anything in that way. Don't fear it, because it's not that far off, and it can bring you to your highest good. And that's what they're wanting you to have. And you want to have it too. You just don't know it yet. Okay. On top of this skill, the Hermit, observe in silence. They want you to look at your world silently, less interactively, even though it's in our nature. They want you to create a change that is going to make you see things differently. This is their advice. Now, on top of that, we have the complex hexagon. Look at that. This is the web that we weave. We're too busy weaving webs to snare things in our trap that we don't really understand what's truly going on here. And not only that, once we get those things in our trap, what are we going to do with them? They may not be for our highest good, is the sense here. So keep that in mind. On top here of the creation, there's a lot of, and again, down the center of the flow, if we're in the right flow, some are going to be off, some are going to be course corrected highly here. But for those ones that are on, they're going to be rewarded in a in a monetary way. And they're also going to be rewarded by new opportunities and what do you call that? Opportunities and openings, gateways are going to open for them energetically in all areas. They're just going to know, because everything's going to open up. On top of there, wow, we have fire. Look at fire, fire, fire. creation and destruction. So yeah, fine line here, right? This web we want to weave here. The sense here is control. This is the web is the control that the masculines want to have over a certain way this plays out. And they're going, if we hold on to that control so tightly, we could actually destruct everything that we want to gain. So again, egos, where are they? Where are egos during this time? Fire can destruct as well as it can keep you alive, right? Okay, play. Again, universal energy is trying to connect here in a mystic kind of way. Do not fear what is coming through to you. We have the complex rectangle. Some may be going in the wrong way. Right? I mean, this is obvious. Again, I was going back to the energy report. This is obvious to some of us of light. These guys are just running in there. Um, I don't know. It's like people running to the beach wanting to go dive in, right? So there are some here that are in dark ways. I do not feel. Give me a minute here. I got to look at this whole lineup. Yeah, some of them are playing with other. Okay, here we go, where we tie into energies. Because this play card, it can be devious just as much as it can be light and fluffy. But I don't feel a light and fluffy here now that I've got all the cards. We may be dabbling in some supernatural energies here, and some may not fear the unknown so much so that they dive right into the darkness and are searching around in there. So be careful of that. Yeah. May have no fear whatsoever, but in the meantime, we're going to get tripped up by the devil because he's going to pull us in our web again. We could, are we trying to snare someone, or are we the one that's in the snare? Because this is what they're making me feel here. This whole darkness going right into here. Boop, we gotcha. So be careful, some of the masculines here. Keep it light and fluffy. Don't get too heavy with things. You'll know this. That's what they're saying to me. You'll know when you're in darkness. Well, they know. And some are just in it. And like I said in the energy report, they don't want out. So your best bet is just to do that and be that most transparently. And then all the others will know to go around in a different direction. Okay. Planetary card and fortune card. So the planetary card we get for the masculines is Sun in Capricorn 10, about status. Work diligently toward your goals. That is pretty much what this card is saying. We've got opportunities for you, and worlds will open up, and we'll go to these. But again, that's like, being on the top of the world. You can get all your, how do you say, you can get all your job, your money, your worth. You can be the top of the hill and then not have a partner, or you can go in the other direction where you may not have all that there is to have in a way of being the top of the heap, but you can have a soulful family. You can have connections with those around you that you love. Da da da. Sometimes our rise to the top is so fraught with illusion that when we get there, it is the biggest disappointment of our life, but we don't know until we get there, and we've ruined everything in the process. This is the masculine, what they're doing here. They got to make a choice whether they go into the dark or they create a walk here between destruction and creation. Again, universal, keep it light. Again, they're saying work towards your goals. What is it that you want? And your status, you can still have status, not be the top of the heap. You can still have status and have a good loving family. There's certain ways you can compromise. So keeping that in mind. The fortune card, fire, what do you know? Look at, let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. So this card is really sitting high with, again, I was saying about the feminines being in an energy where they're letting go of things that they're in conflict with. The masculines, they need to do the same. They may not have released that yet because it's going let go of upheaval. And then that may be the ascent into darkness. That may be the web that we get caught up in because we're going into create upheaval And vengeance as well, right? Don't get caught up in vengeance. Again, if we're light with things and just, that's not my thing. Instead of going and, reprimanding someone, it's just not your job to do this kind of thing. That would be the descent into darkness here. And that would be the trap that we get caught in, is to use our anger and all of our focus and all of our fire towards the negative, fighting and, wronging other people's, or righting other people's wrongs. Is not your job. There's somebody here is, it's like they're trying to right another person's wrong. And in the meantime, they're going to lose their, yeah, there's an emotional strategy here, is what they said. In the meantime, we just let it go and go towards our happy. Let all the web go. Let it go. And this will go, and this will go, and this will go, and this will go, and this will go. And then suddenly you're left with good things, skill, and a light attitude. And this web will start to turn in a way where we just fall into a nice fluffy place. So again, the masculine's kind of needing to understand, what do I want, and go after it in a way where I'm not slapping other people's fingers. I'm just going towards my happy. That's it. Just stay focused and keep things light. Okay, that's the masculine. Boom, 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 boom. Masculine energy. So hopefully that helps you guys. I was all weirded out here thinking there's going to be there's heavy energy here. Again, a lot of it I can't even put into words so much. But it basically, the masculines are very in danger of getting caught up in webs that are of the devil's nature, right? How do you put it? On the dark side, getting caught up in dark stuff. Why? Because they have maybe not dealt with our emotional center the way the feminines have. We're not ready to give compassion. We're not ready to make nice, right? We're ready to fight and be angry. And again, if we invest in that, we're just not going to get. Just be careful, because the fire can destruct as well as it can keep you warm and fuzzy. So that's really what they want to. That's really the line that we're at here with the masculines. They can create the greatest part of their life right now, or they can completely destruct it by choosing what to focus on. If we choose to focus on chaos, anger, bitterness, and resentment, there's your destruction. If we choose to focus on love, purity, and going forward in our goals, we can still go forward, but don't focus on the chaos. We're good to go. Okay, guys, sorry I couldn't give you a nice little brick building that I had before. I don't know what happened, man. It just said all of a sudden we cannot make this happen. So I was all excited about my new format. But anyway, so again, announcements. I will be, again, I'm making a commitment here every month to come in and do the live night. That will be next Monday here on the 20th. I'm doing the live night 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be doing live readings, live healings, whatever comes up within the hour. I will try and tackle, and we'll go from there. And then if anybody's wanting readings or anything, just contact me through my email. I'm going to work here to get my email. Well, again, I was going to try and stream it across the board here, but I can't get it. I'll get my email on the box below, and if you guys want a reading or whatever, we set something up. So thanks for coming in, Tina. We will talk to you later. Hopefully this helps you. Again, it's very complex energies. Check out the energy report. It's pretty heavy, like pretty good though. So we will talk to you soon. Again, I'll be filming the love, sex, and romance readings for the week here. So near the end of the week, I'll be shooting them out. So take care, have fun, be kind, and we will talk to you soon.